Alright, now I want to know what music I'm allowed to listen to. And will any of this get me DMCA'd? I really hope not. I might just put my headphones on and guess they won't desktop audio as a source. So I don't mean to play a bunch of foul things on my stream. But I do want to listen to music while I make stuff. Alrighty, so I was working on like some flick controls. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And we're gonna keep rolling with that, so. Just for now, parent it to some arm. Yeah, I don't know why I made the back arm the main arm. What was I thinking? I guess it's like whatever. Because that's just to bind everything so these can get out of here. Then when this flicks, actually flicks, can we like just can I like force control? Oh no, maybe I should just connect to the controller. It dingus. Where is ya? There you are. Maybe I'll just do it real cheap for a sec. How do I want to inject this? How do I inject this? Pretty much just want it to be like right, because this all works on like input variables and stuff. Maybe I should just like go straight to like entity. At least for now, for testing. Yeah, just cast basic in the sticks direction. Sure, cheap as heck. I'll probably do this with like remote transforms and stuff. I don't know if that's still relevant or not, but. Right, okay, maybe these guys all just die for now. Should definitely spray. Oh, yo, that feels so good. Yes, dude. Oh, yeah. That's it, man. Yo, that's so it. Okay, everybody who's seeing this right now, everybody is just seeing me realize my game is fun. Crazy moment. Definitely abusing some mana glitch right now, but God, that feels so good. Imagine there's like a bunch of guys that was like slicing around and stuff. That would feel great, man. Oh my good gosh, that feels so good. Okay, so now I just need to combine it with like more grippy movement. The movement is just so not gripping. It's all like that jump feels so bad. Like what is that? Alright, so I guess I can just merge what I did in the stick with, yes, the player controller. So now with this one, now the thing with that is that I might have an input event joystick motion sort of thing. Alrighty, so yeah, I'm just thinking right now. Hmm. So I could totally just track this in the input section, not have to do any work in the process section, and then do some shitty calculation in the same way that I did with the stick class to, yeah, just bind that all together. Yeah, that'll work. Good lord, my cast smells so bad. Like, I know nobody's watching right now. Right now, I'm probably gonna be streaming a lot. I imagine there might be, maybe some people will tune in. Look back on this eventually. The cast I am wearing right now smells terrible. Smells absolutely awful. Okay, so I also need a way of like organizing my notes for Pete's sakes. Like, holy crap. I don't know if I'm ever gonna go back and redo these like streams, like rewatch these and stuff. Um but yeah, I need like I want like a little website for all my notes or something. Personal website. Starts up on boot. Just for myself or something. Is that a waste of time? Probably. I don't think organizing my notes is a waste of time. Making a website for it might be a waste of time. Might not be, but it just depends on how things go with my life, I guess, and with making games. So it might just be worth it just to go for it. I know it's not really what I wanted to get done tonight, but I don't really want to do HTML on stream. Like Python string injection. That's real boring. Um, Maybe I'll just put that on my list or something. Doodly doo. Need a website for notes. Okay. So this guy. I also have to like redo this guy for biped stuff. I really didn't ever want to have to do that in a way of being like, I've redrawn those frames a lot, but I didn't want to have to define him, I guess. That's a big part. I just wanted him to be a blank canvas. There's no lie about that. I can't fucking think with this goddamn cast. I can't think with my right hand propping my face up. Who is this guy? That's the thing. Who is this guy? He is a small man from beyond this world. So it's like he can't be like a bean. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. It's just something funny I said when I was working with Meg and stuff like that. But like, I do like his capsule shape. Pretty genius. He is the same proportions as my thumb. I like that too. If I look at my thumb digit, looks like that. I like that. But I don't know who he is. He's just a blank boy. Maybe that's okay for now, but all I know is I need to get this game out the door in 2024. That's what I said I was gonna do. I started this game in 2020. It's already been 3 years, so I do want to put like a release of it out pretty soon. It feels real nice and I like it. But I have a lot of like game design stuff to get through, and a lot of story building, which is something that I've really put off. So story building, it's probably best done in silence, I think. But I also didn't want to do a lot of story because I just don't like story in games. I feel like it really should be emergent gameplay in a lot of cases. So. But this also was supposed to be like a linear game. That was it's supposed to be just straightforward. Didn't call for a lot of difficulty in creation. But I wanted it to feel really good, and I wanted it to like feel. I don't know. I'll probably just discuss how I wanted this game to feel, and I guess use streaming as like a pseudo therapist or something. I don't know, man. That's probably not healthy, but I wanted it to feel quantum, like vector based. I really admire Cuphead and stuff like that for what they did with their animation, but that just looks brutal to put yourself through that. And I don't think I want to torment myself. I just want to prove that I can make something I'm proud of, like really, really proud of, and you know, maybe I'll put it out and I wake up the next morning and go, wow, I can't believe I did that. Like that would be, you know, that would be the coolest feeling, I think. Am I supposed to return a value for input? No, okay. Pardon me. Okay, so this is where it gets a little funky. Because the problem with it being, I have to, what you call it, store some sort of ARM value. which is inherently the cast direction, I guess. So I have to take a pee, but there's a way around this. Way around that little silly math that I did. So like maybe I should like define a bit of like how the controller works based, like in relation to a biped rig and stuff like that. Maybe that would help define this issue a bit better. I just don't know what the best thing to do about putting this event into in terms of like the Boolean tables and stuff like that. Ay, 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 ay. There's probably so many better ways around this that I just haven't really thought of yet. Or I thought of and skipped over. This is such an old code base that I have to go through, document, and do a bunch of crap with. Don't have to, but sort of a self goal. I'm gonna merge this little script with use. So ba 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 ba. We'll get there. This can just be commented out. I really don't want to deal with that. I need to read that, but not how I want it to be done. Yeah, I need to take some notes or something here. Okay. La 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 la. I'm gonna just get rid of all of this stuff for VRAM stuff. I hope anybody that hops in here, they're doing all right. I don't know who's popping in and out, but hope you're doing okay. Okay, so I don't know, notes. Another big set of notes, whatever. Okay, so I can take more notes. Okay. The controller and the player. What the hell am I doing here? I get 2 sticks, 4 buttons each side, and the shoulder button and the trigger on the back. So I don't know. Whatever. Crappiest Xbox controller ever, but it's quick enough. We got the body on this one. We have the arms on this one. We're gonna have items on these guys, or maybe these guys. I don't know. These I feel like should be for like special spells and moves, like guards and stuff to do with like the weapon. But yeah, I guess that's the basics. So the player API should abstract to those things. The body stick The arm stick. Oh. The items. Maybe some other. You know, the D-pad is maybe for like directional stuff, so you can like grab that. And, like the weapon control. I don't know. I'm gonna take a pee, but. Alright, now we're back. So, that's how I want that to work. And it should translate that. Those ideas. Into entity terms. Another script I wrote. But that's pretty much the conversion that we're gonna be doing. At least for what's going on here. So let's get to it. Oh yes, let's do like proper comments and stuff like that, and I'll do them honestly. So when I actually started writing comments, although this script has existed for, jeez, since I started doing this fucking game. Controller object for the player input performs the controller to entity step. So that's cool. That'll do like direct enough. Now that's the thing about the arms, is that the arms are going to use some sort of source point thing. So you could have a one-handed weapon, could have a two-handed weapon, etc., etc. It could be dynamic, but essentially I think that things should be maybe, you know, pinned to like a root bone on the player. It's like a radius around him. It's the same as his capsule height. I feel like that makes sense. trying to be very zen about this game, at least when I'm making it, is all of it should be vector based and spherical, and it should augment the second dimension into the third a little, and that would be really cool to look at. And, I don't know. We'll keep coding. So the player controller has like a chi point. It has like a source chi point. I don't want to call it that because that would be a terrible API to use. So what do you call it? It's like a chakra point, like a chi point. The hell, right? Like, it's a right like. Oh my god, why do I think like this? It's like what do you call it? Naming functions in coding is the hardest thing in the world. It's so. That's the hardest part about coding is, what do you call that? What do you call that set of instructions? I don't know. It just does that thing that I want it to do. Good lord. It's like, because it's going to the biped. So you don't put it in terms of the biped, you allow the biped to change based on this. So getter is technically okay. No, because it's like get input cast direction. So yeah, this is already doing this. That's really stupid. Alright, okay, so this is the minimum. Yeah. It's like if you're just pressing it or something, so then. Yeah, okay, I think get arm direction is probably the right call for what my stupid brain is thinking. I don't know if I actually need all of this crap in it. I don't need to draw the line. I do need. This is like it's like theoretical numbers. It doesn't even really mean anything. So, whatever. I'm gonna get confused by this. Like, I need to leave a comment. This is not a real radius. This is just the divisor for the flick controls. Okay, that's enough. Maybe we'll just like do flick controls. And flick. I know that always looks weird on anti-alias. Okay, so detected doesn't need to exist. Will I be emitting the signal? Maybe. Is the vector needed? Maybe. On edge, I'm not sure is really needed. This I definitely don't need anymore. Then is it like, do I update when it's that? Just be direct, actually. So then, if the stick's moving, and the arm direction's bigger than the last one, that is in the outer radius. Perform the flick cast. Jeez, my brain's farting real hard. What the heck? It's I do want to use it in the input function. Right, because the entity is going to read it all different anyways, so I should just inject the new way that I want it to work and make the code more messy. That sounds like a great idea. It will definitely work. But will I understand in the future why I did what I did when I did it? When do I ever know the answer to that? Yeah, let's go on signal basis. So, because this is a player controller, it's gonna. You're only. I think. Will I control things in this game that don't have arms? If I do, I guess I just don't have to use it. That's fine. So the arm direction then becomes a simple vector. And then the arm directions x is just equal to the events axis. Wall. And then we'll do the same for the y value. And actually make it the y value. And then from there, when you change the variables, we'll double check to make sure that this new value isn't going to change some sort of, you know, radius about the thing. So before we change it, we make check to a theoretical circle. Yeah, do that. Oh, but did I actually do the... Bring this back for a sec. was like right here where I wanted it, so. Okay, so it was bigger than that, and it's not on the edge, so okay. So we check it once we recalculate it, so if it don't go away just yet, so then any joystick motion that is gonna do. I hate to do this and like do 4 if statements deep because it looks terrible. Are these like can you just please be because then I could do it's just stupid. I should just write it the easy way. Oh, give me that. I think this is only really useful because I want to run like a post operator on if it's one of those axes, so it would be if that happens in there, it doesn't care what axis it is, then the on edge flips to whatever that was. So this, I guess, just becomes something in the pre-operators. And need it to be get the arm direction. We need it to be the new arm direction, don't we? Jeez, I flipped this all around. Okay, yeah, so then the B is just the arm direction. Okay. Right, you don't want to be cut, you want to be like arm radius. Probably will work work better than that. Yeah, okay, there we go. Where are you? Whoa, what the beans? Yeah, there's a flick signal. And from there. Okay, I think that will actually do the casting that I'm looking for. And I should be able to get rid of this thing. Oh, no, it doesn't work. Haha. It works with the regular button. So if it's that, and it's not on there. That would happen no matter which. So that's gonna be recalculated. Okay, so is it even really emitting those signals properly? No. Why not? If the event is a joypad motion, if it has the same ID as this controller, if it's one of the two axes that I want to check, then make sure that it's that one or that one. Set the right arm direction, check to see if that is that, and do that. Pardon me. Why wouldn't that work? I'm gonna need to back up a few steps on this one. This is registering, right? Hey. No, it is not. How odd. But that should be good. I have something fundamentally wrong. Yeah, yeah. Oh, gee, I'm already checking for joypad motion. I was not reading my own code. Jeez. Okay, that should flick stuff. Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's try this then. So it should be that you can go and grab the wand. You stand somewhere. No, it still doesn't want to cast. It only flicks once for some reason. I don't know, just pull it out if the if statement still works. See what it's up to. Why is this being so silly? You still don't want to cast basic? Like, and you're only casting, you're only blah 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 blah. That's pretty confusing. Wait, that is the case. What did I do to my own code base? Haha, let's fix it. Why do you only flick once? Doesn't make a sense. So, but what? Does this never get? Does this never get set back to false or something? You come here, buddy. Give me your variables. Let me see your. Let me see all your variables. Yeah, what are you hiding from me? Looking for if he's on. Oh no, I need the controller. Yeah, okay, so it does never get set back to false. Why? Maybe do a. Maybe let's call it direct. I don't know. Does that actually work for what's happening? No, it still doesn't cast the actual function though. Why wouldn't that get set back to false? Because wouldn't you? Does it not give me an input event for when you've released? That doesn't make any sense. It should give you an input event when you've released the stick. That doesn't make any sense. I don't want to run this in the process mode. I don't want to run this in process. I just want to make it so that anytime the stick moves, the thing updates. And that's it. I don't want to have it be any more than going through this input function. Why must it be so goofy? What am I doing wrong? Because it's like any joystick move should recalculate the thing. Yeah, my code. What's up, Adam? Yeah, I'm going back and thinking of some control scheme stuff. And good lord, I didn't want to go back through this code base because I didn't comment a lot of it, but it's probably better that I go back through it. And I think I'm going to get more of what I want out of this game by doing that. So trying to make it so when you flick the stick, it casts a little blasty blast. But it's this is a little boolean that's not going back to normal. And I have a lot of the systems involved. Like, so I've got like a lot of player systems here, I'm still gonna like go back and rewrite. I've got dialogue stuff. Should all be there to just sort of make art now, which takes a lot of time. Yeah, he deserves a repaint and stuff. He's been a pretty big like blank canvas for a long time. Still not. It's hard to define a main character. That's like one of the toughest things. You want him to be blank enough that people can put stuff on him and he feels like them, but you still want to give him goals. So I'm trying to make him fairly emotionless, but blank enough that he could be pretty expressive, I guess. So I'm gonna put a little mouth on him when he is ready to express stuff, but mostly he's like for putting hats and clothes on. Where were we again? This file. This cheesy file. No, don't paste random code. What did you do? Oh, double pasting code. Okay, because I want this all to work on a retrieval bit. No, I don't. No, I don't. Signal. Clearly the best way. The map. The map is going to be a tough one. I want it to grow as I sort of make worlds and little zones and stuff, and how I connect them might be different depending on it. A lot of it's going to be dependent on memory, so I'm just going to try to max out about, I don't know, a gig of VRAM or something like that, and call that an area. Maybe more than that. You can cram a lot in there with 2D stuff, especially when you're smart about the texture management and stuff. So the levels could be pretty big, but you know, I might not be the best at crunching these down into small, tight areas. So still have so many ideas that I gotta get through. So I want this to be settled, and I want to test those goblins I was making out, because that would be cool to just have the biped system work straight into doing combat, and that I think would really help me free flow a lot of this stuff out. So that's the point I'm looking to get to, is just like free flowing all this stuff out and just going, hey, I want like a big golem or something, and I can just have him. So okay. Thinking has completed. Kind of. Signals are signals are so much stronger, so okay, so I don't get why this is only firing once. Why won't you reset? No. Yeah, that was seen. Yeah, it only fires once, because then that gets set to true, because this gets reinitiated. Shouldn't it also be... always bigger than that? No. That should be within... It should be all normalized to the right coordinates. as soon as I move it, I just start getting trues? Because then I should be getting falses. What? 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 Okay, that's really weird. Why is that never returning false when it did in the process function? That is some goofy stuff. Because the length of that vector should at some points be less than that. Maybe I will just read that in the process function. Okay, what do we do? The cheapest way, because this is going to be a regular guy. I don't know. Run into the washroom. Okay. I didn't want to have to do this in this like cheap way, but it might be one of the only ways that this actually works well. Why is it not? Okay, maybe does this ever return stuff when it's just going down? It should. Ooh. Okay, let's try this. You give, yes, you do give decreasing values, so why wouldn't you ever calculate? Oh, is it like a is this legitimately a bracketing error? No, it isn't actually. Why is it? That's so weird. They then get arm direction. Why the hell? Why would B never return false? What am I doing? Sometimes I ask myself that while I'm coding. It's returning a 0. Oh, that's... yeah, that would be nice to know. Why is that 0? Is this legitimately what's going on? Is this what's going on? Yeah, yeah, it actually is. Oh my god, it's like an interpreted floating point. That's so stupid. Yeah, it's 100% just like a random, didn't put a floating point in. Yeah, there you go, back to normal. Yeah, there it is. Okay. I will. I'll be like, hey, that was that guy that I talk to sometimes. Yeah, so it's sort of like I can flick the stick and now he stabs. It's not clean motion, and I'll figure out like probably some combo moves to do that. Like some twirls and stuff. Whatever. But that's the control that I'm looking for. That was good. Okay. It's gotta have like some other deeper controls to it, but that is definitely something to knock off of my checklist for sure. Did I put that on my checklist? Ooh. Yeah, okay, let's check here. Webbing. I did not even put that on my checklist. Well, it's what I did for most of the day, so. Put a nice little check mark beside it. Flicking. Stick. Control. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I don't know, I don't normally share a lot of my stuff. It's like the first week I've ever really felt, kind of down to share my stuff, so I just do this a lot. Normally I'm just in my own head doing it. I think it's good to get out of my own head and keep myself on track by streaming and stuff, so. Oh, I always forget how horrible the word flicking can look when you zoom out. I don't know. I don't know how to make it look better. Nice. Making games is fun. I don't know. You can definitely make money at it, but something I like about it that I don't know. It's very expressive. Did a lot of drawing. Don't think I want to redraw stuff just right now. I don't want to do these. It's more of a I'll just finish it sort of deal. I don't know. I'll keep experimenting. I guess. It does feel good to like flick that stick around, but I want it to like blast the What the hell is going on with the jumping right now? That feels really bad. That feels god awful. Yeah, that needs a rework for sure. Yeah, how do we get that good? Because that is hyper annoying. I don't want to take that glow out so I can just see stuff. That'll make melee feel really good though. So you can like just swoop around and like hit stuff. It's pretty quick. Oh well, I used to do like tutorials way back when, so I have like a few subscribers from back when I did some like shader tutorials. Like when I did there, like I think I actually am using the same like idea for the water here that I had in like probably my best video back way when. So it still needs some work. It moves with the camera a little too much for my liking, so I have to detach the world matrix, etc. But it'll be fine, yeah. No, I don't think I can make it free. I'm gonna end up making like a. I'm gonna try to charge like a regular amount for it. I think for a lot of this is like me just telling myself I can make a full game. So I'm gonna try to like. I don't know. I want to do at least like a $40 game. That would make me happy. If I could charge $40 for like a full game, I think that's fair enough as a solo developer. I don't need like a lot of sales, so I don't know, just enough to keep me going to the next sequel would be cool, but keep working at the bank until then. I've tried making free games before, but I feel like it's end up putting a lot of effort into it, and there's not really a lot of payoff. I guess you have to like shove ads in people's faces, and it doesn't feel good to make that sort of stuff. I did make a few like apps that like had random time delays and stuff, so that when you'd hit a button, it wouldn't work for a sec, and then it'd be the ad, and like there's so many ways of tricking people into pushing an ad, but it doesn't feel good to do. So I don't know. I'd rather just charge like a regular amount. I always did like that, walking into like a video game store and you treat it like you saved up all your newspaper money to get something like that. And I always like the physical nature of it too. So I don't know what you can do about that in these times, but no, I'm gonna try to make a full like PC game. This one actually feels nice with the mouse too. Right now I'm focusing on a lot of the controller aspects of it because the mouse seemed pretty straightforward. It was like WASD plus like targeting, and now it's just like you gotta make it work with the controller. And I had the controller in mind in the first place, so I'm adapting it, readapting it, and just buffing out anything that I think is not up to snuff, I guess. I will need to allow for different sorts of functions and stuff in terms of if I'm gonna flick the stick around like that. I think the main goal was to make it a pretty relaxed controller game. Um, some like well staged out levels and I mostly wanted it to be something that people might play on stream or something. That was kind of the idea, but something that if you were gonna cut a YouTube video from it, that you'd have a decent amount of footage and some pretty juicy visuals. So, just entertainment in general. That took I think it probably took about one night. If you're trying to make something pretty hacky, like you could just, set up some physics bodies to fill the screen, and you could do it in like 4 hours. I don't know. It's not that crazy. It's when you go to like really start making try to do like a well-crafted system that at least I stall up, and it becomes a little tough to keep pushing through all that, but if it's a bigger system, I think it deserves the proper crafting. But if you're trying to make like a goofy little phone game, yeah, you could do that in no time, yeah. Surprised you even remember that. The internet never forgets. Yeah, I guess it should have like maybe flick and hold or something. Yeah, flick and hold totally works, because then if you're like holding it, the weapon delays it for a cooldown. So you can like, hold a staff at somebody and it'll go like brrr, and use up all your mana, brrr, and then it'll do 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 like slowly. Yeah, I don't know. It's not too crazy. A little bit of math will get you pretty far. And your game, as long as it has personality, I think can do pretty well. Still want to play Mac DeMarco's Shave Me? That would be great. Yeah, I'm not sure how easy it is to like find a coder either. Like that's willing to do your stuff, because a lot of people will come to a coder with like an idea being like, "Hey, do you want to make this?" And that becomes like, at least for me, it became hyper annoying where when people were like, "Hey, I have this idea? Can you code it?" It's more like, "Hey, do you want to do this stuff that I don't understand?" Because there's a bunch that I'm not willing to learn, etc. And that's sort of its own thing. But when people think of themselves as like idea people, it's tough to, at least for me, get along with them. Um, I feel like they haven't suffered ego death yet. Um, which is fine. It's fine to think your ideas are good, and your ideas are good, but everybody's ideas are good. Oh, make a Halo style thing, like that's, you can still do it. It just takes like a certain. Here, you know what? I'll jump to another project, I guess. What's this one? I think this one still works. I have another car game and whatever. There's like an RTS sort of style thing that I'm working on. Because I'm not like a shooters guy, but where is it? The game. I hope my graphics card doesn't take a crap right now, but I do have some 3D games going, and I wrote the tessellator that makes this sort of thing, so I can make like generated worlds pretty quick. I don't know. I'm working on that here and there, but it's just a lot more math. Like the math just takes a lot more time when you move to 3D. And those games like Halo in specific would be like, they're really they're made by these huge teams, and like one guy can really like focus in on a problem like super detail, and you know, he can solve the collision of the limb against the angle or something, and another guy can do the art and stuff, and it's just when you multiply out how many hours that takes, it's just it's really crazy. Oh yeah, my graphics card is going to take a crap. I'm not gonna open this thing right now. We're gonna go back to 2D. Maybe when I get a 40 series card, I'll stream some 3D dev, but that's not, the graphics card's not gonna do it. Running a 970, so. Oh yeah, we're in here. Yeah, it's tough to like. It's tough to be like, hey, can you just do this idea I have and do all the hard. It's it's do all the stuff I think is hard. That's the annoying part. It's like, hey, I think it's hard and I don't want to even try. So, yeah, no, you just laugh at them. There's one guy that I like did a full week's worth of work setting up a bunch of system stuff for like this app. This is a good story, actually. I'll tell the. I'll take a little bit of. I'm gonna turn my own music down and tell this story because this will be good for later when people look back on this, maybe. But there's this guy in university, and he was in business, and you know, some people get this like, I don't know what you call it, like Zuckerberg syndrome is what we called it, where you just think you're like the top guy, like you think you're the genius, and I don't know what that is. It's just like hyper ego, and this guy had Zuckerberg syndrome, and he thought he was gonna make like the next biggest app. And at the time, to give context, I guess for that is it's about 2014, and at that at that point is like TikTok's just coming out, and like Snapchat's huge. All these apps are doing really really well, and it just seems like if you're to make the right app, you could be a billionaire. That was like that year, and at least for a young lad trying to make some money. And this guy comes to me with this idea of, hey, I want to make this university based social app. And I go, sure. The reason I go sure is, hey, there's probably some school money in there, and I could code some dog shit code, and it would be completely fine. And I could just take some of that university money that I paid, to the university in the first place, and just get it back to write some code for a generic app. Whatever. That's what I was expecting out of this thing. So he talks to me about how he wants it all done and whatever. It doesn't really matter. And I do that, and it takes about a week to set up. I'm setting up like databases, and I'm setting up like all this other stuff just to make this silly little thing work. I go, hey, here's the APK for the thing. I'm testing on Android, but it'll run on iOS, no problem. Don't worry about it. This is the function of it. And when you send somebody a draft of a app, like, it's just not supposed to have like graphics in mind. But this is not how this guy thought. This guy was thinking in terms of like Metro. Like, it has to look slick. If it doesn't look slick, it's not going to be good. And but my opinion being, it has to do what it has to do first, and then you dress it up. But I go, hey, how are we gonna read? Either way, I was thinking about a way to read all of the events that you were talking about. I was thinking we look through Facebook, and because since Facebook's open, we can just search through their API, and it'll be no problem. We just grab all the events from there. They've got dates, times, GPS locations all associated with it. It'll be no problem. We'll make this app in like butter smooth time. And he looks me dead in the face, and with the most serious face, he says to me, "Oh no, we're competing with Facebook." And I never had to hold in a laugh so hard. And that's when I said, "Hey man, you owe me about $1,000 for doing that work that week. You want to pay me the grand? I'll work on it next week. If you don't pay me, I'm not working on it." And the guy never paid me, and he blew all of his investment money going to bars, throwing parties, doing silly stuff, and not releasing an app. Which is just like a really like paper mache Greek tragedy in my opinion. So I don't know. Like I'm not gonna out the guy with his name because to be honest, I don't even remember the guy's name. But oh, now I do actually. Now that I think about it, but I'm not gonna out the guy. But geez, that was one of the silliest times of someone coming to me and saying, "I have an app idea. Could you make this app? By the way, we're competing with Facebook and it's 2015." Like, dog, you're not doing that. I don't know. It would have been better just to like invent NFTs at that time or something. I don't know. Yeah. So I can understand. I can understand laughing in someone's face when they ask you to do some work that they think is hard. That's why I like doing solo stuff because it's like, well, if I want the end product, then I better darn well like be willing to put in that work to make that happen. Not that like I won't need to talk to anybody along the way or ask for help, but you know, it's nice to know that at least myself I'm willing to put in that effort. So don't trust idea people. That's my advice. It's like every idea guy that's came to me has the worst ideas. They just have terrible ideas. It's like it's also just insulting when an idea guy comes along. They're like, "Hey, I have this idea, but I don't want to do work." Person want to be the animated movie. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like they never want to help. They never want to do it themselves. They go, "I have this idea and I want it made. I want it like I want to go to the McDonald's of movie making." Like they don't get it. They don't get what it means to develop film. They don't. They wouldn't understand. They don't know what they don't know what it means to like. You know. Oh, it's cut. The film is cut. It's like what does that mean? It's like exactly. Like you learn the process. But I don't know. It's just silly. It's silly when people are like do my grunt work. But as someone who wants a project done, I can understand wanting my grunt work done. So it's like, oh, like I'll be so nice if I could just have some code guy. If I could just get a clean all this up. But that's me. I wrote this mess in the first place. Right. My good gosh. Some horrible code. Boring level. Okay. Not gonna delete it, but don't want to keep it. Yeah, okay, so I was at flick and hold was what I was doing. Not you. I think that the hold one is probably the only one that I want to come out of Well, do an unflick. Wow, that sucks. Well, my brain do be a pondering. We're gonna do this. For consistency's sake, I will keep the same checklist. And we'll just say that this is all getting done tomorrow. I need a bit of a break. I've been doing this like all week. I'll probably play some Civ actually. Maybe I should just stream Civ. Well, pardon me. Well, I'm gonna head out and probably play some games. I don't think I'm gonna stream it. Probably just gonna relax and talk to some buddies on the phone and stuff, and I'll see everybody tomorrow.